Hello gamers and welcome to a video on the League's 5 Raging Echoes. I don't know how many of these videos I'm going to make, but I'm definitely not busting out a ton of them. Basically, I'll talk about our goals a little bit here before we get too deep into this, but I plan on going Tyrannwyn, Varlamore, and Mauritania, not in that order. I'm going to do Varlamore first so I can rush some of the early game content over there, Tyrannwyn so I can get the Bofa and the thing from the corrupted gauntlet, the Echo corrupted gauntlet, and then Mori so I can learn Theater of Blood. And then there's a little bit of extra content in there that I'm going to learn. Like, I want to learn the Inferno and I want to learn Colosseum as well. So those are basically the big goals of this Raging Echoes League. I do have a plan that I may or may not throw up on the screen right now. I also found a little spreadsheet that I'm going to be using to really rush through the early game. This is going to get me all the way to tier 4, I believe, in points, and at least to my second region. So that is the tentative plan. Yeah, I don't know exactly what you guys are going to see, but let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we finally got into the leagues. It took forever because the worlds were a little bit offline. And we are met with our first option here. We got Power Miner, Lumberjack, and Animal Wrangler. I wasn't originally going to go Power Miner until I started to go Tyrannwyn, and then it's just going to be really easy making the crystal armor, since you can get crafting and smithing that way. Lumberjack, I don't really care, but I do think that the fish and the cooked fish is going to be super nice, so I can just hop in a PVM, and I don't have to worry about it. And also, the hunter catching will never fail. That's also super nice. So we're going to go ahead and choose Animal Wrangler, and these are the passives. This is really the big one, in my opinion, at the very beginning. XP multiplier is 5. The item sources, Titus Common, isn't that big of a deal now. The farming ticks every minute is pretty nice. Minigame points are boosted is really nice, but honestly, for the most part, this XP multiplier is the big thing. Oh, we just unlocked our second relic. We've only been at this for about an hour, maybe a little bit more. I keep having to run back and forth to the bank because I keep messing it up, but we got our second one, and if I remember correctly, this was pretty easy for me. I'm going to end up taking Reloaded later on, so realistically right now it's Friendly Forager or Dodgy Deals. I don't know exactly how long it's going to take to get to tier 4, so I'm going to choose one of these. I'm going to look at them a little bit more closely, decide which one's going to be better for now, and then we'll end up with the other one later. But yeah, it's going to be Friendly Forager or Dodgy Deals. About 30 seconds ago, I unlocked my third relic, and I figured that I would just continue down this path until I was able to get my first area as well. So we're going to do both of those here at once. I don't know how I managed this, but I am extremely far ahead of this task plan guide that I'm following. Like, I'm halfway done, and I shouldn't be close to my third relic right now, but here we are. So for my third relic, we're going to do our relic first. I believe I'm going to go Clue Compass. I find clues to be a little bit annoying in the league. Granted, they're super easy to do. They're super fast. But I still find them kind of annoying just because you get so many. Bank Heist is cool, I guess, but like, there's so many banks around the game that also have clue steps next to them, so it's kind of the same. And Fairy's Flight is kind of cool, but I don't think it's that great, so I think it's Clue Compass for me. Yeah, and this doesn't matter because I'm not going Wilderness. I believe I mentioned this at the beginning of the video as well, but Varlamore is going to be my first area that I unlock. I think Varlamore is awesome for early game. It's also really good for mid game, and late game is alright, but considering my other two areas are Tyrannwyn, I feel like Tyrannwyn is pretty damn good for mid game with Zora and the Corrupted Gauntlet, and then Mauritania is better for end game with things like Araxor and Theater of Blood. So I'm going to go Varlamore first. I'm really looking forward to the Hunter Rumors, which I'm probably going to get to as soon as possible before they get too populated. And then we're going to go to Camtorum with the Moons of Peril, so that's going to be super cool. But yep, this is going to be our first area. Confirm Varlamore indeed, which also unlocks our very first end game content with the Colosseum, and I don't think I'm going to get that Echo Boss done, but we'll see. It's in Dorgishkhan, and I just got enough points for tier 4 relic, and this is actually a perfect time because my next task is to pickpocket something from a cave goblin. And why that is perfect is because we're going reloaded, which means we're going to go back. We're going to pick dodgy deals because we picked friendly forager first, which also friendly forager has been awesome because I'm like 40 herblore and I've not done anything. So we're going to use reloaded right now to help us get this thing from the cave goblin. So yeah, this is perfect timing for this actually. Dodgy deals, here we are. I previously mentioned that I was following a guide for the first little bit, and I've done the entire thing except for one, and that is pick this horrible... What happened to the textures on this pineapple plant? It's just gone. It looks like a tangerine. But we're picking a pineapple plant, and that is the last thing that I have to do on my spreadsheet. So with the new completion of this spreadsheet, the first thing that I really want to do is knock out hunter rumors. I want to go all the way to 99. It'll set me up with some GP, some of the bone shards for some prayer, and maybe a couple other things, but I want to go ahead and knock that out before it gets too convoluted. And I honestly also have no idea which tasks I can get. I also have no idea where the hell I'm going. Oh, that's not what I expected to get that thing from. Obtain a clue geode while mining. I was supposed to get it while making a steel bar, but here we are. I got pretty lucky with my timing here, and I am actually able to do multiple things here at once. So, I do have a new area to unlock. I do have a new relic to unlock, but I also have my very first mastery to use, which I've actually gone this entire time without having it just because I've not done any combat. So, our main focus is going to be melee. We're going to do some range behind that as well. And considering the very first PVM thing that we're going to do is the Moons of Peril, we're going to start out with melee. Which means that my melee hits have a 25% to roll damage twice and take the highest result. So there's going to be a lot of numbers being hit. And there's a 95% chance that all weapons will save charges, ammo, and runes. So that would be pretty cool for the scythe and the blowpipe whenever we get around to those. But other than that, this is kind of nice. Runes are good for now, but once we get to higher levels, not going to matter as much. Alright, with that chosen, now we are going to choose our next relic, which is Treasure Arbiter, Production Master, and Slayer Master. Honestly, for this one, I had a bit of a difficult time choosing. I think Production Master is genuinely the best one. Treasure Arbiter is really, really good for people who are doing clues. I don't really want to do clues that much. And I want a little bit of AFK time, and the Slayer Master one is still pretty damn good. It's not that great. It's still going to be awesome, like always being on test for all eligible monsters, meaning I don't have to go and try to get a Gargoyles test for Grotesque Guardians. I don't have to try to get a Abyssal Demons test for Sire or an Araxite test for Araxor. So this in itself is going to be super nice. Rune Pouch, Herb Sack, and Looting Bags. I guess I can't use Looting Bags, but Rune Pouch, Herb Sack are free. That's super nice as well. And all the perks are free, so even better. And the last thing is my third region. So I mentioned earlier that I will be doing Varlamore, Tyrnwyn, and Mortania. I don't remember if I said exactly what order, but the second one is going to be Tyrnwyn. Because I want to be able to, well, one, I wanted to learn how to do the gauntlet, and I would like to use the Bofa, just because I don't really think the other ranged weapons are that great. And the Crystal Blessing will also be good for melee uses, even though I have really, really good melee armor in Mauritania. But that is going to be our go-to. However, I would like to finish 99 Hunter first, because this will unlock Red Chinchompas as a Hunter rumor for me. And I do not want to get those. Once I set up my block list, I will only have 2 options, and I will never ever have to leave that little cave where the Hunter people are. So we're going to wait on this until 99 Hunter, but just keep in mind that is my second area. I'm not entirely sure why, but I decided to do a bunch of Hunter rumors for most of this. I think I did like 60, 65, 70-ish. And they're way slower than what catching red chin is. I got about 4 million XP an hour catching red chins over the weekend while I was away from my PC. And we got 99 Hunter while we were gone. So that's pretty cool. And I don't have the pop-up on. Woohoo! While we were away as well, we managed to get our second combat mastery because we are starting our PVM arc of this account. I got a ton of combat levels, a ton of prayer levels, lots of slayer, because our goal now is to complete the moons of peril. We'll do a little bit of AFK as well, like we're working on getting thieving. I'm sure fishing and cooking will make its way up as well. Hopefully some of these lower ones like rune crafting and farming also make their way up, but we'll see. I'm most of the way through the Perilous Moons quest, and I'm trying to get some upgrades because I'm getting roasted by the bosses. And I got my third combat mastery point because I got 57 Slayer. Which means that I was able to defeat a monster with a Slayer requirement of 55 or more. And this is the lowest one that I can get while still completing that mastery. So we are going to add on to our melee masteries, which means that our melee attack rate is set to 80%. I believe my 5-tick Dragon Longsword is now 4. I believe. I literally just bought this as well. So our gear's coming along not very well. And I exited out too soon. While I was already working on it, decided to take out Scurious for another one and 1kc Scurious Spine. That's awesome because that will be more league points. Melee hits have a 5% chance to heal 40% of damage dealt. This seems alright, but what we're really looking forward to is tier number 5, which halves the speed of all of our melee weapons. That's going to be super awesome. And now I think we're going to run and actually, we're not even going to try to do dead. We're just going to do 100 combat, and call it a day. I couldn't record because my daughter was strapped to my chair. But honestly, I don't even know what all I just completed. So I tanked a Jad hit on accident, which gave me my tier 6 relic. That put me over 8,000 points as well, so that's pretty cool. I also earned a combat mastery by defeating Jad. It took me an hour and a half almost because I did a melee cape. And yes, this is my gear, other than the cape, of course. This was my full gear, and it was awful. But we completed a ton of achievements, which also gave us the easy tier of the combat achievements, so we're gonna go claim that. I don't think it really gives us anything good at all, but it's completed nonetheless. But we also have a new relic as well, which I've been very 50-50 on this one for quite a while, but I think I like Banker's Note. I just like the convenience of it, and I think I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff in instances, so last recall, or total recall rather, is not going to be useful. I think Banker's Note is just better, and like skilling, specifically rune crafting, is significantly better with Banker's Note, so I think this is just going to make life way easier. Oh, the best possible one that I could have gotten first. That is awesome. The dual Makuhitos that will be replacing my Dragon Longsword. Let's go, dude. That's awesome. Woohoo! That is exactly what we're looking for. A blue Blood Moon Helm. I would like to do this set first, so that is perfect. I started thieving from this gem stall to gather up some supplies so I could go over to Brimhaven Agility, do a task there, and we got 99 thieving. Next on the list is to gather supplies for fletching. We're gonna have to call it a video at some point, and I figured that will be when I complete the Blood Moon set. I'm halfway there right now. I did go back to just doing the Blood Moon. I was doing all 3, but I'll just do all of the Blood Moon. It'll make all of it way better. So yep, that's the plan. Full Blood Moon, and video's over. Oh, let's go. That is piece number 3. Haha, added to my stack. One more to go, and it's the most expensive piece. So hopefully we get super lucky on that and we can be done. Thank goodness we are done with the Blood Moon set. This is currently our best in slot strength, and it has a special effect to where I could possibly be one-ticking all of this, so that's pretty awesome. Since this video has been so all over the place, I figured we'll do a quick recap before I send you on your way. So we started out with 0 points and 0 tasks completed, obviously. We've gotten up to 9,300 points, 306 tasks completed. We unlocked Varlamore first, where we did Hunter Rumors. Most of the way to 99, we finished off with Red Chins. We unlocked Tyrannwyn as well. We came here, we got the full Blood Moon set, obviously, what you just saw. We unlocked Animal Wrangler, Dodgy Deals, Friendly Forager, Clue Compass. Obviously, we use Reloaded to get Dodgy Deals, the Slayer Master perk, and Banker's Note so far. The final thing is that we have unlocked the 5th tier of the Melee Combat Masteries. This may or may not be the end of our Melee tier. We may start down the range path, but we will see. The main goal for next episode is going to be to unlock the next relic at the very least. I am not sure about the area. We will see about that. And then we'll do some PVM. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this episode as much as I enjoyed playing the league. This league is going by super fast and it feels really awesome, but I should be probably crafting while I'm running. But we have a little bit of room to make up compared to our clan mates, and we need to get to Mauritania so we can start some TOB.